From the studios of Books in Motion, this is Damon Abdallah reading Cozy Up to Murder by Colin Conway. Now, let's begin with Chapter 1. The door opened and a cool breeze rushed in, bringing the aroma of the Pacific Ocean with it. A partially naked man stood in the store's entry. Deeply tanned, the rotund visitor wore colorful board shorts, flip-flops, and nothing else. A long, twisted braid of gray hair hung over his left shoulder. A ratty beard descended over a puka-shell necklace and down to his hairless chest. Behind the store's sale counter, Owen Hunter stood on a ladder, a rolled poster in his hand. He paused for a moment to study the potential customer. "It's too cool outside to dress like that," Owen silently mused. As the visitor scanned the store, he rubbed his belly. He nodded in time with the hard rock music playing through a set of hanging speakers. When his gaze landed on Owen, the man waved and stepped further into the store. He stopped suddenly, though, and tilted his head as if truly noticing the music for the first time. His gaze once again swept across the store. To Owen, it seemed apparent that this was not the visitor's first time to Rockafellers, Costa Buena's only used record store celebrating rock and roll of the 50s and early 60s. The half-naked man's attention passed over posters of Buddy Holly, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Fats Domino. He quickly appraised the shelves of memorabilia dedicated to the early days of rock and roll. When he looked at a speaker hanging in the corner of the ceiling, his brow furrowed. "What are you playing?" the man asked. "Music," Owen said, turning to face a back wall covered in monochrome photos and vintage concert flyers. He lifted the rolled poster, exposing enough of it to stick a pin in the upper right corner. "Not the right music." Owen next pushed a pin into the opposite corner of the poster. "What's not right about it?" "It's not old enough." "It's old enough," Owen muttered resolutely, then glanced back to see the concern on the man's face. "Came out in the early 80s. "But you can't sell music past 65. Owen climbed several steps down the ladder. As he did, he unrolled the poster, covering over the faces of the Big Bopper, Chuck Berry, and Little Richard. He stuck 2 pins in the bottom corners of the poster. He then hopped off the ladder and stepped back to ensure his new addition was level. In the middle of the wall, slightly off kilter, hung a large image of 4 long-haired musicians clad in leather and eyeliner. They leered at the viewer with their fists raised in defiance. The poster clashed with the sensibilities of the store's other memorabilia. "What is that?" the customer said, pointing at the wall. "That," Owen said, "is Motley Crue." "Yeah, I know who they are, but you can't do that." He turned to face the naysayer and crossed his arms. It was then that the visitor finally took in the man behind the counter. His gaze traveled up and down the man's massive 6'4", 225-pound frame. The customer examined the tattoos on the big man's arms. First, the fireball tattoo on his right hand, which turned into a snake that encircled the entire arm and disappeared under his shirt. A kaleidoscope of images cascaded down his left. Owen's outfit consisted of blue jeans and black Converse tennis shoes. His blue T-shirt featured an image of a vinyl record. Its logo read, "Rockafellers, Side A, where the music never dies." The smaller man looked up at Owen and swallowed hard. "You're a big fella, aren't you?" The man snickered as he fiddled with a gemstone earring in his left lobe. "Standing on a box back there or something?" "Why can't I do this?" Owen asked, thumbing toward the Motley Crue poster behind him. His gravelly voice lacked any playfulness. The visitor nervously chuckled. "You can, of course. I didn't mean to tell you what you couldn't do. It's your business after all. You can do anything you want." "Yeah, but you said—" "Well, I was thinking about your customer base. They're loyal." "For this dusty stuff?" Owen waved to the boxes of old vinyl records that sat neatly arranged on several rows of folding tables. Underneath the tables were additional cardboard boxes containing more albums. "For sure. They love it." The visitor didn't sound convincing. "What about you?" the big man asked. He leaned in slightly. "Are you here to buy something?" "Well," the half-naked man glanced around. "Not me, no." Owen smirked and straightened. He shoved his hands in his pockets. "I've been open for 2 hours and you're the first person to show up. Doesn't seem like these records are in high demand." "Just wait until summer. It gets—" "Well, I don't want till then," the big man interrupted.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?